Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to thank you for tuning in to this short session. Before I begin, I just want everyone to hold on to this question, or these questions rather. How do you want to be remembered? How much is too much? What is something you hold on to? I ask these questions because we all have many chapters, yes? We have stories we can share, yet there's always that one thing that stands out. That one thing that we can't let go of. That one thing that we want for ourselves, but we fear. We create this invisible barrier that we call self, right? And if you take a moment, that reflection, you can just say hello, mirror image. Because that's the person that you choose. Not choose in every area, but that is a person that ultimately you challenge every day. That is a person you have to face every day. So you ask yourself how much is too much. On my end, my heaviest losses began at the age of 13. And I drifted into a more deeper, I guess, space. And I needed to find out what really made me me. What could I develop personally to be able to fulfill the absences, the gaps, to justify the thoughts, the feelings, to be able to just answer some questions about what is going on, why am I confused, why am I going through this, the who, what, when, where, and how. We all have similar stories at the end of the day, just different times, different names, different outcomes. They're all connected one way or another. And I hope that throughout this time that I'm speaking with you, that there's some connection of any kind that you can take from why I feel personal development is something that is the core foundation for anyone. I've been through many events, been to many events. I've seen Eric Worre. I've seen, oh my gosh, like there's a list of names of people and places that I've been, public speaking events. Things that would help me develop. Um, and I noticed that with each time that I went to these events, I was excited. Like when you're in this space, you're in that moment. When you're in that moment, you're in a space that you feel you can save everyone. And it takes you to come back to the space you originally were in to then realize this is not just something that takes one day. This is something that actually requires consistent and persistent behavior. I mean, who are we kidding? We go through life trying to find shortcuts and ways to justify our procrastinations and laziness. Um, and we lose sight of our why. We try to listen to other people's stories, or when we listen to other people's stories, we get a sense of satisfaction and we like jump right back into that excited moment. And it's like, I have the fire under my behind, as the saying goes. And you find yourself back into the cycle or the rat race. Never really completing anything or finishing anything because when you jump on the wheel, it just keeps rolling and rolling faster and faster. No matter how slow you go or how fast you go, it's just a circle. And you finally realize, like, damn, I need to jump off in order to actually get to the next level. But the hardest part is not realizing what you need to do, it's not acknowledging. Because even though we know what we need to do, actually physically doing it, I feel, is the most challenging. I chose personal development as something for me to speak on. And I wrote an assignment on it, but it's a little different when you go live. You're making it more personal. And I hope that everyone watching this video really takes into consideration and understand that everyone's life is short-lived. We are all visitors here in the physical form. And it's extremely important that we value what we learn, the time that we sacrifice, the times we laugh, the times we cry, the times we're confused, the times we understand. All of it, in the end, is all about balance and how much we can develop personally. So, being able to not have to ask how much is too much, not setting a limit for yourself, and actually asking yourself, how do you want to be remembered? How do you? If today's your last day, how do you want to be remembered? A happy person, procrastinator, a liar, a helper. There's everyone always has nice things to say to people in their past, and I don't mean to take it to that area, but it's reality. This person was a great person. I know I'm going a little bit off subject, but it's just, it takes you places. And when you're presenting something to someone, I like to dish things that are raw. I'm not always one to follow a script. And life is not a script, because if it was a script, then we would have figured it out a long time ago. But the one thing that I did figure out is that the only thing that we're promised is life and death. And throughout that time frame, we have ample opportunity to grow, to learn, to develop. And why not start with self? Why not start with personal development, to be able to have stories to tell, to be able to sit with your grandkids if life allows you to have that moment, just to be able to say the who, what, when, where, and how, and why not. So I thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope that you took away some. I hope that I was able to connect with you in some way, and I look forward to the many things you have